At this time, for the good of the county, does any citizens in the courtroom have anything to bring forward? Mr. Timberlake?
Well, I only planned on one issue, but now I have three. Mr. Todd, I guess I was misunderstood last week, 2 weeks ago, when I brought forth the complaint that was filed and gave evidence that the state had fined a penalty in violation. It wasn't a matter of money. It didn't matter if it was a penny. It didn't matter if it was $100,000. What had mattered was when we actively fought not to have the coal mining in this area, it was stated that they were good neighbors, there was no complaints, no violations on record. We wanted to submit that there is actual violations, there is actual penalties. That is what the purpose of submitting to the court, not about money. Now, what is surprisingly is that the coal committee didn't find any violations, our local coal committee, nor did our county engineer. It took a citizen who knew nothing about coal mining to find a violation. My next issue has to do with Mr. Ubiak and the bridges. There was 2 issues brought forth 2 weeks ago. One on Conaway Road addresses the coal mine area once again. It was promised to the citizens of this community, particularly in that area, that we would return to as is or if not better conditions. There are tractors, there are heavy equipment that go down that road. We were promised the road would be put back in. That particular stream was to be returned. That particular stream feeds into Lick Creek, which also drains off of Hatchet Mill. Prior to the mining, we had water over the road on Hatchet Mill. Now, he said it's an overkill. If it's an overkill, then why would there be water standing on Hatchet Mill Road? I think the people were promised to keep the bridge, and I think that's what needs to happen. What the Gleaner reported is that this bridge is to go to the county park at Hebbardsville. What we have found in our area, when the box culverts are put in, the sides are put in on an angle. One was in front of a friend of mine's home, Mr. Hancock. There was many a times when I was driving to Mr. Hancock's house, I almost turned off on that box culvert. Then he brought up the factor of we don't put side rails unless it's submergible. What is submergible? What is the definition of submergible? Well, I went out and I did some measurements. And what we found was that on Barron Church Road, there's a box culvert. It is 9 feet 3 inches deep. I believe that is submergible over the top of the car, if the car lands in there. On Hatchet Mill Road, the box culvert is 9 feet. On Hatchet Mill Road, there is a current bridge that has just a small sidewall on it that is 12 feet 4 inches deep. Now, people can die being submerged in water, but they can also die when a vehicle flips over and snaps their neck. In April 10th of 1960, 5 Powell children lost their lives here in Henderson County, in Cache Creek. They also happen to be relatives. I am urging you to look at these box culverts. I'm urging you to look at these bridges and make sure they're safe. Hatchet Mill is a very narrow road. Recently, the county has come and added dirt to make it wider, but then it goes right into a narrow bridge. Now, all of a sudden you're wider, and you go narrow, what's the possibility of what's going to happen? That's all I'm asking you all to do on those 2 issues. Now, here's my 3rd issue. Mr. McCormick and the magistrates of this fiscal court, for the record, I wish to discuss the matter before this court. Back when the county garage was being investigated for misappropriation of recycle funds, you, Mr. McCormick, was in charge that day when I represented it to the court. You assured me that if a matter had come before the court, it, prior to the KSPA investigation, would have been investigated, correct? Well, today we have another matter that I'm bringing to this court, and I hope you are of your word and that this matter will be investigated. This matter was published in the Gleaner sometime in the recent past. I waited to see if the court would take action, and to date, no action has been taken. With the recent death of the county judge executive, I felt it needed to wait a few more weeks before I brought it to the court's attention. This matter is also about a violation of our county administrative code and the Kentucky state law. It involves the county hauling excess dirt from behind the county garage fence, which is taxpayers' property, to a private citizen in our community. I would like to submit some pictures to the record and to the court. Administrative code specifies that occasionally a request for dirt may be honored when ditching in the area of the property owner, as long as the county does not incur additional expenses. It is without precedent to deliver from stockpiles to individuals. Once the dirt is hauled to the road department, it becomes the property of the county, taxpayers' property. Once again, state law specifies how the property may be disposed of. Both the county code and the state laws have been ignored and violated. I believe an investigation is in order and appropriate measures need to be taken. I believe someone, being of Mr. Willingham, owes the taxpayers for the reimbursement for the usage of county trucks, equipment, mileage, gasoline, haulage fees, employee salary, and the dirt itself. FEMA has some set guidelines for those charges. Magistrates, I am requesting that you call for an investigation. Mr. Putnam?
Ms. Timberlake.
We'll look into this matter. I wasn't real familiar with any of this issue, to be honest with you, but we'll definitely take a look at it.
Okay, Mr. Lacer? Mr. Alexander? I can't hear you.
We will take a look at it.
Okay, I couldn't hear you, I'm sorry. Mr. Cobb?
Yeah, we'll take a look at it.
Mr. Wilkerson?
Take a look at it.
And when will you get back with the people?
Are we on time frame?
No, I guess we could wait for eternity. What would be reasonable?
Let's say something, as you're talking.
Sure.
Last meeting, you brought forth some information to the court,
Mm-hmm.
and before this meeting here, that information was addressed,
Okay,
it was handled.
so maybe by the next meeting?
Just today, this court just recommended putting the breakaway reflectors up on embankments, culverts in this area. We're trying to work with you in every way we can.
Okay,
We will continue to try to work with you in every way we can.
so maybe by the next meeting we might have an answer.
I won't speculate, say maybe by the next meeting, I'll tell you that this court will look into it and will investigate it.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm Lori Austin.
Would you come to the microphone, please?
Good morning.
Morning.
I'm Lori Austin. I'm the shelter manager out at the Humane Society of Henderson County. I received an invitation to come today. I was very glad to get that invitation. I've been meaning to come and meet everybody and be at these meetings. And so I was very glad when I got the phone call. I have brought fiscal reports as requested, and I'm here to introduce myself and I guess answer any questions that come up.
Do you have the report?
I do.
That you passed out?
I apologize. I only brought 7 copies.
Share.
Thank you.
Good shit.
All right, so I'm gonna, do you mind just passing down? That might be the best way. I might need one back. Okay. also given you a copy of our working budget for the year 2010-2011. I have also given you profit and loss from July of '09 through June of 2010 and balance sheets for those months.
We appreciate you bringing this information forward. In the future, if you could, maybe have it here before noon on Friday, so we
I
can
can do that,
block.
yes, absolutely.
And maybe, I know you knew, but also if we could start getting a monthly report on how things are going. I do read the newspaper and see, but we do need to have a monthly report on financials.
Yes. We
Updates on what's
have,
happening with the facility.
yes, we have recently gone through an audit, and so that has kind of pushed our financials back. I'm hoping to have August by the end of this week. I was hoping to have them yesterday, so I could bring them today, and our bookkeeper told me last night she did not get them done, so I was hoping to have them by the end of this week. But yes, I will in the future, the Friday before the meeting. Who do I submit them to? Okay. Okay.
Gentlemen, you take these reports under advisement. If you have any questions, I recommend you call Shelter and talk with them. In the future, we'll have on the board. And if there is anything you need to talk about, let us know, and we'll get it back on the agenda.
All right. Thank you very much.
Same man. Anybody else have anything to go to the county? No more to go to the county? Reports adjourned.
I've been looking for this. Thank you. Appreciate it.